and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another fun-filled episode of the Blerd Assassin Podcast. 5 days, it's homies. Yeah, another episode. Happy to be back, man. Back in the rotation and the swing of things, making these shows regularly.
It's like 3 in a month.
Right. This is unheard of.
Yeah.
But yeah, happy to be back here.
Valentine's Day.
Possibly. Today, we consider ourselves socially aware, and we were raised in households where we were aware of social constructs, social ills, and just society in general being an obstacle for an individual to overcome, and how it's viewed. And as a black person, in America, it's very difficult to navigate as a human being and as a black person. You know what I'm saying? Because
two sets of rules.
It's two sets of rules. There's two very different sets of rules, and it's with black people, I mean, your loyalty will always be to black people.
But your shit gotta move simultaneous, like on the fucking Binding Man, or Terminator. Right. You doing this math and this math, like who's in the room, what's acceptable here. Yeah, how am I gonna move? And then it's a black dude over there too. I don't want to embarrass him. He better not fucking embarrass me. So we got to do all this math,
Right. Is he gonna be cool if I dap him up?
Yeah. Is he salty that I'm here? Like I was the only one. Now you here. Like what we doing? Like we sharing, the tokenism, or what we doing? So you never know.
And that's what we're going to discuss. Just the black umbrella and what it encompasses. In a condensed fashion. I think this conversation is something that could be had for like hours, but we're going to do a condensed version of it.
Layers to it and levels to it.
It really is. It's for all of us. There's a black umbrella, and all black people fit under that. Whether you're blackest to the black degree, if you're black in skin tone, if you consider yourself, a part of the black movement, if you are a descendant of slaves, if you're a black American, we all consider ourselves at the surface as black people, under that umbrella, and we expect.
Rich guy, what are you doing for the black community? All that stuff. That's part of it.
And it's
even when you try not to.
Yeah, it's we all start under that umbrella, and
is that fair? I think that's what we're asking. Or should it be that way?
I think.
Is it productive? You think? I don't know.
This is our thing. We're going off models created by other cultures,
like colonizers. Yeah.
Colonizers, the Asians, the Chinese, like everybody else seems to get it together. The Iranians,
they only claim the good ones. You're like, all Asians are good at math. They ain't talking about the dumbasses. They don't put them in the equation, or I don't know. They let if you a fuck up, that's your family's problem. But if you a star, then you one of us. That's how they do. Yeah. When one of us fuck up, we be like, everybody need to hold their shoulders a little lower today.
Fuck
that dude, man. I don't even know him. like, no, I'm done with that.
Yeah, it's
maybe I'm not down for the cause, but if you fuck up, I'm like, man, damn. That motherfucker ain't my cousin.
That's how we look. Like every time we see a murder or something, we hear about something happening on TV, some sort of tragedy or some sort of, one of these parents killing their kid or something. We always sit there,
breath for like 2 seconds,
and hope. Don't let them be black. Don't let them be black.
Yeah.
I'm still reeling off the DC sniper. Remember them? The dude who was shooting people. I have family in DC, and nobody knew who this was. So I'm like, man, it's got to be a white person. And they said, we finally found him. We got him. And I'm like, don't let him be black. Don't let him be black. And he was black. Y'all, you don't understand how devastating. That changed my whole view on black people in this country, really. I would never have thought, we would have been, in a million years, one of us would have been the DC sniper.
These guys are radicals that I'm not claiming. Anybody who would ride around in the trunk of a car willingly. Like the black dudes
they would shoot everybody, bro.
Black dudes don't do that shit.
They call bodies, too.
I'm not getting in the fucking trunk. What is this, fucking Jackie Brown? No, you saw how that turned out for him when he got in the trunk. He got done in, so not doing it.
We're, it's like we become embarrassed by how one of us appear on TV.
The boy that just killed Kyle Rittenhouse, They're not claiming him. Nobody's ashamed that they're white today because Kyle's like he's a piece of shit. He killed 2 other white boys and shot a 3rd one, and I didn't hear nothing about white on white crime on the fucking news, or nobody was making Facebook posts. I imagine, about this white on white crime is out of control. We need to stop worrying about other people's business. Nobody does that, so I don't know.
No specialists, no anthropologists addressing the worldwide issue.
Where's the numbers?
White on white crime.
Man, that was like a fucking
in
mass
Nebraska.
shooting. That was an active shooter. He was only getting white guys. Like, we need to fucking protect them. Say his name. What are those guys' names? We don't know. See, now we're making jokes. That wasn't supposed to be a joke.
Right. That's us. But it's like we associate and we attach ourselves to everybody black, and I think there's good in that. I think that's a greatness in us. You know what I'm saying? For us to accept that because, or respect that level of brotherhood. I think at our core, that's what we are in humanity. We're probably all melded into that once we're dead. You know what I'm saying? I think we're all started from single-celled organisms, so it's like it's down to a science. You know what I'm saying, in regards to spirituality.
I'm talking about everybody.
Everything. You know what I'm saying?
Still.
But still me. I mean, no.
All of you motherfuckers. So I'm gonna work on that.
But it's viewing it through a microscope, which is us. That's our focal point.
Motherfuckers, it's hard enough to deal with you. I can't. Hennessy drinking, the Steelers fans. I got every pair of Jordan guys. Like, it's hard enough to deal with them. So I'm gonna worry about that. Just loving the bros before I can love everybody else.
Yeah, and it's. I think. I don't know. It's a root for your tribe thing. I think ours is more worn on our sleeve because, especially Black Americans, because we're being viewed and on TV and and everybody's perception constantly, and being measured by everybody else outside of anybody black, and it's like we always associate ourselves and root for our tribe, everybody at their core. The white boys will always root for the white boys. I don't care who they'll say. Sometimes they'll root for the brothers, but it's because brothers dominate the sport, so they're on us. But that's cool.
And all of the greatness.
You know what I'm saying? and you can't if you don't understand what
Doncic. It's a beast.
It's a beast. But if you don't understand what Tyson Fury beating Deontay Wilder and not being the best heavyweight right now means to anybody not of color, who's a boxing fan, it's
very disappointing.
I won't say it's disappointing. The best boxer won, and the best boxer at this point is him.
First of all, I'm not getting into long counts and all that shit. It is what it is. You can do a stopwatch. It was longer than 10, but I don't like.
Only Tyson gets that argument.
No dude with no British accent being the fucking champ of the world.
White or black.
Yeah, white or black. Green, yellow. I just don't like people with British accents. I don't like that. So you're the champ of the world. Top of the morning to you. Like, what the fuck? Motherfucker eating crumpets and drinking tea and got the belt.
Who you hate more, Tyson Fury or Lennox Lewis?
Lennox Lewis.
Lewis. It's not just a race thing with him here.
I definitely hate Lennox Lewis, man. That's a whole nother show.
It's funny. But Lennox Lewis is under our umbrella. If Lennox Lewis talked more with a Baltimore accent as opposed to a East London accent, would you like him?
I would fuck with him. Yeah.
See, there's an umbrella. I think there's an umbrella. Like, Pete, there's an umbrella. We're all there. It's like how you start off at the beginning of class.
I just made an exception for Stringer Bell. Like, man, all right, I fuck with dude.
Because you didn't know he was British. Nobody knew he was British.
Stringer Bell's not British, so he's always gonna be Stringer Bell. So I can make an exception for him. But
that's funny because you heard him as Stringer Bell before you knew who fucking Idris Elba was.
I always ride for him over.
Right, but here's the thing. There's an umbrella. We all start under the umbrella. It's like having an A at the beginning of class. But slowly, if you miss assignments, if you fuck up, that takes away from that 100%.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where, okay, this dude, he's there. But, okay, he was privileged.
Like top boy. Saying bro. Hey, bro.
Okay.
The fuck is a bro?
He talks with a British accent. So honestly, this is how I can't lie. Like, mate, in the 80s and the 90s, this is like, why you talk like that? Like, lame ass, you from Britain? Like, what the hell? Talking all proper with this is how it was. Like, we would basically, like, disassociate. You would be a disassociated, just a little bit for not talking like us. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we are in America. You know what I'm saying? We are, like, that accent can be something that separates somebody, negatively and under the umbrella. It kind of pushes them away. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You African? You African, you talk funny, and you more than likely don't like me because all Africans don't like niggas in America. Boom. That umbrella. And we disassociate ourselves. But essentially we're all black. We initially root for each other, but it's like we easily push away that association at the same time.
Well, I made an exception also for Shuri, the Black Panther. She's there's nothing worse than a black chick with a British accent. Now, I like, what's the Spice? Black Spice. She had
Black Spice?
Yeah.
That was Eddie Murphy's baby mom. You hear about shit? She tried to take him to fucking the cleaners, too.
She's a black British chick. What do you expect out of her? Yeah. But I just thought that was kind of sexy on her. And I don't mind it on Shuri.
Shuri is a Disney princess. She gives hope to all young black girls.
Colonizers, because she don't want to get that vaccine. I'll really ride with her now, accent or not.
Whole other story.
Yeah.
Whole other story. But yeah, it's But yeah, like there's small things that cause us to disassociate ourselves from somebody black. At our surface, we would be like, oh, he's like me. He understands my struggle immediately, blah, 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 just like it or something, and boom. Until somebody opens their mouth or says something to differentiate or differs from us just in a small, minor form. You know what I'm saying?
I'll never push you outside the umbrella. You got to go to the edge. You might get a little wet. The rain going to get you a little bit, but...
See, I never been that one to push people out of the umbrella.
Yeah, I'm not going to push you out. Like, even Kanye would, fucking... I feel like the times I was on Facebook calling people coons. Like, maybe I might have been a little overboard with the coon. I was a little liberal with it.
I never was.
Like, I got 30-day bans.
I pride myself in properly addressing these coons. Like I was accurate. Like Top Gun with my shots.
Like I was a little liberal with it. Like if I saw you like smirking at a Donald Trump joke, a lot of this motherfucker's cool. You were cool. I hit a couple people. I feel like I had a list I should put out if I ever go back to Facebook. Like, man, you're officially off of my coon list until you do something more fucked up this year. But I think the umbrella effect, eventually you let people back in, even though they might do some bullshit.
We want to, and we.
I mean, Jim Brown.
Now
Jim Brown is the greatest football player of all time. So I had to take the coon.
That was one trying to. I don't think everybody did because he's old as shit too. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of got a pass because he's Jim Brown. Yeah. Let him be like 20 years younger.
I took the coon. I took it off.
Yeah, I mean that was rough to watch.
Yeah.
Like Jim Brown.
Jim fucking Brown.
Like, up there just he looked fucking like a senile old man too. Like up there talking and babbling about Trump and what I'm saying, like believing his lies. Like all he's missing was all the black pastors behind him fucking humming and shit.
Yeah, I'm giving pardons. Like not Silk and Diamond. I'm not giving them no pardon.
You haven't heard from them since.
Because we can't pardon them. If you do, they'll be back.
No, they can't.
Yeah, they gotta stay wherever the fuck they are. Like, I haven't seen them since Trump was fucking parading them around.
Yeah, boy, that was rough
to
watch.
About Trump? Fuck this.
But no, this is what we saying. Like, this is our umbrella, bro. And like, why would Silk and Diamond embarrass us like that? Like, why do we feel so embarrassed by them? Like, those bitches. We're just so disgusted by them. You know what I'm saying? That's like.
Because they parading them out there as look
that like
a typical black woman,
and we like how could you do this to yourself?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
it's about to check, but damn.
I wonder if there's any white people who are as embarrassed watching Silk and Diamond. Like, why would you do that to yourself?
That white girl who was as we would NAACP. The white girl who identified as black.
Who Doziel?
I don't know.
Rachel Doziel.
The one, yeah, she could get it.
She could get it.
That white afro. Like the white girl afro. Yeah,
man, she like the typical white girl from fucking Northridge. That's my thing. Once upon a time.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying. We'll tap back into that guy. She could get it.
She wasn't even a motherfucking.
She probably down for the cause, bro.
Oh, she was. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
down for the cause.
We we are embarrassed by people, you know what I'm saying, because we wish to associate ourselves with them, you know what I'm saying? Like Kanye, you know what I'm saying, him being black, we wish to associate ourselves with these people. And I think it would serve us better not doing that, you know, like we're already assigned that, you know what I'm saying? They try to assign our favorite entertainers to us through programming, in my belief. They try to assign, just like they try to assign, you know, the black leaders. Like, you know, like every so often, you know, there's a new black leader who comes and gets pushed to the front, whether they're, you know what I'm saying, from Jesse Jackson to Cory Booker. You know what I'm saying? Like, here, you know, we present you your new model of black leader, you know, and...
how can you be the leader of like 3 different generations? Like, these motherfuckers been around forever.
That's impossible. Yeah. Impossible. Like, there's no white leader.
I mean, Al Sharpton been around so long.
Boy, hey,
Al Sharpton died, and then they put that clone out. the little skit. He's like a 3D printed Al Sharpton.
Looking like Bob Pogo out there with a perm and shit.
Yeah. Like, Bob Pogo, the black one. Yeah.
Like, bruh.
Damn, that's funny. I hope y'all know who
like, bruh, yeah, because look at Bob Pogo. That's how he looks to me. No, that or like a marionette, like somebody got like puppet strings on. He could just start doing this, get that big ass head and shit. It don't match his body, bro. He got that old Al Sharpton head that's been like it's been soaking in formaldehyde for like 20 years. They've been talking like they put his formaldehyde shrunken head onto a marionette puppet body, man, and put it in a suit, bro. I got jokes on Al Sharpton, man. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, we're assigned these black leaders, and they always love reporting when when Al Sharpton shows up or when some black leader is talking. Nowadays, it seems that the black leaders, it always is. They some coons, man. I've seen them coon and cry.
The pastors, you know,
it was resorting back to that though. It's resorting back to the pastor.
Between coon and pastor. And massive.
As seen by all them pastors that lined up at Donald Trump's fucking foot. It was basically licking his boots and shit and riding in limos and smoking cigars with him, man. That's our black leaders that they want us, you know, that they force on us and place in front of us.
I'm not calling people coons in 2022.
I am. What? I'll give up cunt before I give up coon.
I'm not giving up cunt. It's not gonna happen. I mean, maybe not by the time I'm 50, you know. I gotta take it one decade at a time. We're gonna work on coon this one.
Nah, I'm calling out coons, man. But I mean and again, we offend in that manner because we're offended. Like, how dare you?
I feel like it's lost.
How dare you not embrace your blackness as much as I expect you to?
I feel like we cheapened the word, like social media, like we wrote coon so much that Facebook picked up on it that that's offensive even coming from a black person.
Oh, that's why I call them trash pandas.
Yeah, so you got
trash pandas.
Oh, is that what that trash panda all about?
Yeah,
I just use the zeros instead of the O's.
You can do that.
I've been on there in a long time.
I just call them trash rocket raccoons and trash pandas, bro.
I tried to do that on Fox News. I signed into their shit to make some comments to some people.
How'd that go?
I thought they was funny and shit, and they everything I wrote, they was on it. Like, nah, we know about them zeros and all that shit. They was on it. Like, nah, they would let me put nothing because they have to prove the shit before it goes up. Nah, they wouldn't let me put nothing on there. Yeah. So I just bowed out.
You know, a lot of the coons have motherfucking went back underground after Trump. You know, that Trump lost. You know, all that swirling, that toilet swirl took a lot of them coons.
Like super tap dancing. I mean, I might be a little crazy in the head, and I did drugs for a long time, so starting to see the light. And, you know,
sure you have.
I'm tired of playing in the snow. I want to come back home where it's warm.
Stay where you're at. Stay where you're at.
Yeah, like, man, you out here like late 40s. Oh, they want that. You can't bring that shit back over here now. I'm like, well, no, I wanted that in high school. You're not coming back now if you've been misused. Yeah. She like that porn chick who was hot and only messed with bang bros. And now I want to come back to the black porn sites. Like, no.
Jesus.
No. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, ask somebody next to you. They know. Like, their favorite chick, they looked her up and they just shook their head like, damn. They had her for years. They had her. And again, it's like Stacey Dad.
Under that umbrella, that's what I'm saying. We're offended. We offend because we will offend you because we're offended that you have not embraced your blackness as much as us. And that's how the umbrella works, man. It forces, a lot of people. It forces people like, we will only truly respect you if you operate in this fashion, and we're probably wrong for that. We're wrong for that. I mean, but I can't expect somebody to embrace their blackness as much as me, and I shouldn't, force, an association, directly from that. You know what I'm saying? If it's not working for them, why should I force it to work for any of the black people that I care about in the tribe? You know what I'm saying?
That's why I think that's stop, wasting my time labeling people coons. I'm just not letting the other coons back on, So like Candace Owens, she ain't getting back. I don't give a fuck what happens. She can grow afro.
She went with that circle. She circled with that toilet swirl, man. Yeah. That toilet swirl got her, man. But yeah, embrace your culture at all times.
Staying consistent on Candace.
And love yourself first and foremost, and don't let anybody's behavior, no matter how much you look like them, or make you alter your self worth.
Yeah. Treat like a Facebook group. Yeah. Like boot that motherfucker. Like, he's not part of this anymore. That's
simple as that. Simple as that. Catch y'all next time.
Gliding like I'm a roller skater with dudes who work Section 8. While y'all love me, just work the block off a minimum wage. But if you was smart, you knock off your boss and get you a raise. So fire away, here come the heavyweights with the Mo-Dog stats batch. But I ain't Lorenz Tate. In fact, I'm a wolf that run with the pack up in the middle